Play. Good morning, my chalky friends. Just thought I would hop on here kind of earlier this morning than normally. As you're popping on, if you'll just say hello. All right. Just making sure I'm shared everywhere. Let's see here. Let's see here. Hold on 1 second, just getting everything set up while everybody's popping in. Alrighty. Hey Marla, thanks for popping on. Let me see here. Alright, I think we're gonna just get started. Just wanted to hop in and say hello and see how everyone was doing this Saturday morning. Thanks for the hearts, babe. Let's see here. Well, first of all, if you are watching on Facebook, you know what? I need to actually share this to my business page. Hold on 1 second. There we go. Okay, there we go. If you're watching on Facebook, if you could head over to my business page, which is Foxy Chick Decor, and actually I will put the link in the comments, and give us a big thumbs up, like our page, and turn on the notifications. That way you will know when we're going live and you won't miss any of the projects that I've got planned for you. Can't spell today, y'all. So sorry. Okay, I just posted the link in Facebook. Let me go ahead and put it on, go ahead and put it on YouTube as well. There we go. Okay, if you're watching on Facebook, welcome. If you would head over to my business page, Foxy Chick Decor, and give us a big thumbs up and turn on your notifications. That way you'll never miss us going live. If you're watching us on YouTube, if you will subscribe to the channel and turn on your notifications, that way you won't miss us on YouTube. Sometimes if Facebook gets a little weird, I can definitely always go live on YouTube. So if you're watching on Facebook and you're like, you're on YouTube? Really? Yes, I am Foxy Chick Decor - Michelle Fox on YouTube. If you're watching on YouTube and you're like, you're on Facebook? Yes, I am. I am Foxy Chick Decor. So it's www.facebook.com/Foxy Chick Decor. And I've put both of those links in the comments on, I put it in on Facebook, and then if you're watching on Facebook and you're watching on my actual page, head on over to the business page. So anyway, now that we have that all done, just gonna pop on here and do a quick project. We're kind of in the middle of August, so it's still pretty warm. We're still having to use the air conditioner a lot, and we're still kind of trying to dress as cool as possible. Nights are getting cooler, which I'm okay with. I'm one of those snow people. I kind of like that white fluffy stuff, and I know it's coming, and a lot of people are going to be like, no way, Jose, they don't like it. I actually do. I grew up in the mountains of Pennsylvania, so I love my white fluffy stuff. I don't like the cold, but I do like the white fluffy stuff, and I know that's just around the corner. So several of my friends have already popped in with some of their fall decor, and so I thought I would jump in on some of that as well. I still have some summer stuff that I'm going to try to squeeze in here before fall actually hits us, and we're into I got an email today from Starbucks saying that like August 28th they're bringing their pumpkin spice stuff back. I'm a pumpkin spice girl, so I am very excited about that. I could drink pumpkin spice all year long. It doesn't have to be fall for me to have pumpkin spice. So, but I am going to get started. Before I get started here, I just want to put something up on that you guys can see a little bit of what Chalk Couture is. Chalk Couture is an amazing company. It's amazing products. It's amazing decor that you can create yourself. I enjoy it. I've been in it just over a year. Actually, a week ago, I think, was my year anniversary of joining this amazing company. And so I'm going to just go ahead and put something up there so that you guys can see a little bit more what more Chalk Couture is while I get the rest of my cameras ready to start crafting with you. Hold on one second. There you go. Okay, so today we are going to be doing this Grateful Hearts. You know, I'm going to zoom in just a little bit here. Sorry for the shadow. We're going to be doing the Grateful Hearts Gather Here transfer. And the colors that I have decided to use are going to be our Poppy, some marigold, and my garden herb, which my garden herb, believe it or not, was rock hard. And because of some wonderful people doing videos on how to bring your chalk paste back to life, I was able to save my garden herb without having to buy some more. So I was very, very excited about that. So I'm going to use those 3 colors. I've got 3 little squeegees, some stir sticks, and then for my surface today, I found these frames at a local store. Actually, they were a local thrift store, actually. And they were just the frames. I was super excited about them. Then I found at our local dollar store, they have these cotton canvas panels. They're 8x10s, and they are just, they're just the panel. And they fit in absolutely perfect. I don't know if you can see that or not. But then when you can glue it so it doesn't move. But then you've got a white base, and you can paint them if you want. You can, leave them white like this. You really can do whatever. So this is the surface I'm going to use today. So I'm going to set the frame aside, and I'm going to move some stuff out of the way. And we're going to get started. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to open our Grateful Hearts Gather transfer. And because our transfers are reusable, I've already gone ahead, because I've used this once, I've already gone ahead and marked the back with what it is so that we can put this transfer back on it when we're done using it. So I'm going to go ahead and peel off the transfer from the carrier sheet. And I'll set that aside because we want to have that when we're all done. And I'm going to go ahead and line up my transfer here. And I think I am going to let this G go off just a little bit, just because it's got such a long tail, and I do want all of it to fit. And because I am working on a canvas, I am not going to fuzz this transfer. I feel like I do. I have a little fuzzy under there. So then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to just smooth this down. Making sure that there's no air bubbles. And I will even take, I will even take a squeegee over it, but sometimes that's what happens. So I just want to make sure that this is all down with no bubbles. Alright. Because that sound right there when you're crafting is not something you want. So this is just not sticking quite the way I want it to, but we're going to make it work. Alright, now that we have the transfer down right where we want it, I am going to do a kind of an ombre effect is what I'm going to do. I think with Grateful, I'm going to do the poppy and the marigold. Actually, no, that's not what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a marbling effect. I'm going to do all 3 of them. Basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit of each color throughout it, and then I'm going to squeegee it all together. And it's called marbling. It's called hot mess. Whichever you want to call it is fine with me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this back a little bit, and I'm going to get my paste ready to go. And believe it or not, this garden herb that I was telling you about that I was able to save, this was rock solid. No joke. I literally thought I was going to have to throw this paste away. I really didn't think I was going to get to save it. And look how easy that stirs up. I am so super excited. Hey, Amanda. Wish Cam a happy first birthday for me. I hope his party goes really well today. So there is my garden herb. And then I'm going to open up my marigold. And I'm going to get this stirred up. And actually it's a little bit thicker than I'd want it to be. So I'm going to just go ahead and spritz a little bit of water in there. So we want it to, the thinner it is, I mean you don't want it super thin, but the thinner it is, the easier it spreads. And that's kind of what we want, because we're getting a little bit low on the marigold, which is kind of one of my favorite colors that I've used. And for fall, I'm going to probably have to get another container of it. So there, that's all stirred up and ready to go. And then I'm going to open up my poppy. And the poppy is pretty well stirred up. This is a color that I use quite often. I am going to add just a hair of water to this one, just to get it just a little thinner. You want it to be kind of the consistency of yogurt, but not real thick yogurt. Alright, so there's our three colors. So now I'm going to pull the transfer back in. Make sure, give it one more press down, just to make sure that it's down where I want it. Alright, here we go. So I'm going to take a little bit of the poppy, and I'm going to just dab it down in a few little spaces here. So I want it just a little bit of everywhere. Then I'm going to grab some marigold, and I'm going to do the exact same thing, because I want each color on every word. So just depends on where you want it. And then I'm going to add just a little bit of the garden herb. Oop. A little bit of a glob in there. So we'll do that and that. Then what I'm going to do, hey Brian, how are you, man? Then what I'm going to do first is I'm just going to kind of blend these with my finger, just so they don't completely I want some of the colors to stay the way they are. And so I just kind of wet my finger just a little bit, and I'm kind of filling in those silk screens. With my finger. I've seen this done a couple times. And so now what I'm going to do, hey Emily, hey Miss Vicky, thanks for popping on. I'm going to put a few more dabs of color, kind of where I want it, and then I'm going to grab my squeegee and I'm going to work very quickly so the rest of this doesn't dry, to get the rest of this covered. So here's where I'm going to pull in the squeegee. And I'm just going over, making sure that all of the silk screen is covered. And it's looking like I do have some bubbles. So we'll see how this comes out. Alright, so I'm going to put some more color down. Just so that we've got enough color to go ahead and spread this around. All right. Get in here, and I'm going to just try and pull it straight down. And, oh, man, that's not what I wanted to do. I ended up putting my squeegee, or my stir stick, in the wrong container. That was not good. Alright, now I'm going to grab a little bit of this poppy. Make sure all of this is added in. Now I've got a little bit up here. Just kind of using a little squeegee here and there, just to make sure that all of our silk screen is completely filled in. Okay. And once I'm sure of that, then I'm going to pull off this transfer and see what kind of a mess we got. So now we're going to do the peel and reveal. And that's what I was afraid of. Because it did not stick the way it should have, we had a little bit of a bleed, but I think I can clean some of that up. I'm not real sure on that. But we're going to try a little bit. I'm going to try and clean some of that up. And actually, the last time I had a canvas that did this, I'm going to try something. I got upset with it because I didn't like the way it turned out. And I took a Clorox wipe and I just ran over it. I don't know how this is going to turn out, but we're going to find out. Maybe it'll end up looking amazing when I'm done. We're going to try something. I'm going to just take this and go over it and pull some of those colors off and go like that. And I'm not sure. It didn't work out like the last one did, but I think if I put down the transfer again, I'm going to go ahead and clean it off. And I think if I put the transfer down over that F and bring that out a little bit, and the H, just get a few little parts, I think we can make this work. We're gonna check it out. Let me go ahead and get this transfer cleaned up quick. I do like kind of how parts of it turned out. I need to clean off the transfer, and we're gonna put it down and we're gonna try a few more little areas and see what we can do. Okay, so I'm going to sit this aside for a minute while I pull out my cleaning cloth here. I'm going to move this all over here. I'm going to pull off the transfer here, and I'm going to just lay it down here. I'm going to grab some Clorox wipes. I'm going to get this cleaned up, and then I'll get it all nice and dry. Oh, I'm gonna have to clean my fuzz cloth, because it is not. And here's how you can see, how easy these transfers are to clean up. As soon as I peeled it off, I put it into some water, and then I'm just using some Clorox wipes to get it all cleaned up. And I'm just doing a basic cleanup right now. When I clean it up later, or when I'm actually done with it, I'll use my board erasers, which are these lovely little guys right here. They come in a 2-pack, and they are amazing as far as, hey Amy, thanks for popping on. And they work really good at cleaning off your boards, cleaning off your transfers. But I'm trying to clean this off pretty quick so that I can put it back on the board and try to fix up some of those. So I'm going to go ahead and use the other side of my microfiber cloth to dry that off. Just want to get this all dried off. And we'll move this out of the way, and we'll bring our board back in. And what I'm going to do before I lay this completely back down, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to dry the board. And I'm just using a heat tool, because I just don't, once I lay the transfer back down, I do not want any of this that's already there to pull up. Okay, that's pretty dry. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to try to line this up perfectly. And I can see through the silkscreen. So I can see, actually, let's see here. We're going to get that lined up just like so. I'm going to make sure that it's all laid up the way it's supposed to be. Because like I said, I like how it's looking. I don't want to completely, mess it up. So as you can see right through. Here, let me hold it up for you. You can see through the transfer, so you can see, the lettering and stuff that's already there. So what I'm going to do is I am going to grab a little bit of marigold and go over the top of this F. And I'm actually going to use, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some more color down. Oh man, I keep double dipping my sticks. I usually don't do that. I usually do not have a problem. Over some of these areas that, pulled up or weren't down completely. And so then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go over these very lightly. Just like that. And we're going to pull this back up. Yep. I'm going to lay that down. And I'm going to pull a little bit of this red down. As I'm pulling it up, I'm just going to look and see. You know what? Let me grab another squeegee. Where did my squeegee box go? I might be making a bigger mess than I wanted to. Really? I might just be. Let's see here. So let's see here. There's that. And there's the hearts. And there's that. Oh, I like how that turned out. And so, as you can see, it is easy to fix if you make a mistake. In Chalk Couture, we usually say there are no mistakes, because if you're on a chalkboard, you can use just a Q-tip and you can fix it up. But here is the Grateful Hearts Gather Here. And I do like that a little bit. I think what I might do too is take another little Clorox wipe. And I think to lighten up some of these colors that we just put on, I think I'm going to just barely brush over it. Just so it looks a little distressed like the rest. I like how that turned out. If you are liking that, give me a thumbs up or some hearts. And that is our project for today. What I'm going to do is I'm going to heat set it. I'm going to move all of my paper